everyone. Welcome to 18th episode of Cricketing Blues. Hope you all are doing well in this difficult time and I expect everyone to be fit and fine. Guys, it's an appeal from our end. Get vaccinated and stay safe. Today, we have a very special guest in our show. Our own Daniel Jacobs, aka also known as Danny. Danny, born in Eastern Free State, small town called Bethlehem, Free State province in South Africa. In his young and school days, he has played rugby, tennis, cricket at a good level. He also represented Free State under 15 country district team as an opening batsman, leg break googly bowler, and also had a coaching under the eyes of Boita Dipinar and Nicky Boye. He is also highest Bangkok Premier League run scorer of all time with an average of 45.9. He also has the sixth Premier League wicket taker of all times with 85 wickets. Second most outfield catches in the Premier League till date. Not to forget, friends, he has captained Thailand men's team for 2 years under coach Nuwan, been man of the series in Cricket Association Thailand T20 Championship for 4 out of 5 years. So, guys, you all can understand how good and how consistent he is. He has also been a part of Sandhurst Cricket Club, who has won Premier Division 3 times. And the most recently, he has scored double turn 203 in Premier Division game, the second highest in Thailand cricket till date. The first one, Doug Edward, who scored back there in 2003 against Bangkok Cricket Club. He is a man who does not need any introduction in Thailand cricket, but let me show his couple of achievements, his statistics to all of you. In the Premier Division batting, please have a look. He is the leading run scorer. In 67 matches, he has scored 2,481 runs with an average of 45.94. Let's go to his bowling. He is the sixth most wicket taker. In 67 matches, he took 85 with a best bowling figure of 4 for 9. Let's go to his fielding statistics, guys. His fielding statistics also says he's a brilliant fielder. On the field, he has 39 catches in 67 matches. So you all can figure out how good he is inside the field, in the bat, with the bat and with the ball. So we also don't have to give any introduction for him, because in Thailand cricket, everyone knows his capability on the field. Without further ado, let's welcome him on the show. Hi, Daniel. How are you, Danny?
Irfan, very well. How's it going?
All good. How about you? No cricket from the long time. So how are you feeling now?
Oh man, it's different and very crazy times. I think, as we all hope, it's been 18 months, and how many times I've been like, okay, 18 months ago I went like, okay, it's going to be a tough year, but now it's just carrying on, and so little competition and sport, and so many in Thailand, like businesses are shut down, and so many difficult times. Back home, some people, like that's also where some people are struggling with the pandemic. But I think, as you from India as well, like we all hope that at some point there's going to be a turnaround and the wheel will change.
True.
And good fortunes lying ahead. So yeah, no, it's been all good during the last time, trying to just stay fit and just stay ready for it. Whenever we can enter the field again, we're going to be ready.
Yeah, ridiculous to ask, but have you been preparing yourself? Any type of fielding drills or any type of drills which you're doing for fitness of the season, as we are in the off season?
Yeah, I've been staying busy almost on a daily basis with my home workouts. Every morning when I wake up, I go for a run, 3 to 5 kilometers, and I do my home workout before I start my day. And every late afternoon or evening, I go down to my beloved British club where I go and play my tennis. So I've been staying very, very active and just trying to stay healthy and stay strong. So yeah.
Great to know that, Danny, you're doing your fitness regime. Unlike most of us who are just sitting, eating, and working from home. It's great to have you in our show, and it's pleasure to have you. And are you ready for some casual chit chat?
I'm ready, Irfan. Yeah, whatever you need to fire away, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Let's move to very quickly to our first question. Your transition from other sports like rugby, tennis to cricket is very little known to most of us who have seen you play in today and recent time. Tell us a bit more on how the transition happened and how you earlier sporting interest helped you in your cricket today.
Okay, yeah. So, um, one thing about me coming from South Africa, and another good example of a good cricketer, AB de Villiers. When we young, we kind of get, I won't say forced, but we got different seasons, and
Yes.
we we um we got to choose a different sport in each season. So
Yeah.
it's not like you just focus on one particular sport and that's what you're going to do all year. So that's one thing about the South African system and the culture. Like, so we have a rugby season, a cricket season,
Yes.
and from a young age and coming from a rugby nation where the rugby's number one, like I always enjoyed the rugby, especially when I was younger, and I've always been playing cricket. So there was a rugby season and a cricket season, and I think the cricket season and tennis season was always together. So they were back in the school days. I always had to, like, some high school, especially, I had to make a choice. Like, do I carry on with playing tennis as well? But I just went rugby and cricket. So I always enjoyed my sports. And then only, I would say, once I started working in England, that I started to focus a bit more just on cricket. And I played a bit of tennis in England, not much, a little bit, but only after that I started to really focus a little bit more on cricket. And then like in Thailand, I never thought I'll play any sport until first few years I was just focusing on work. But then once cricket came in, and I remember during the time Harry was asking me to come down to the Bangkok Stars for my first season. I went down there to start cricket, and then I really just fell back in love with cricket so much. So yeah. So it's been good to, as a youngster, to be involved with all kinds of different sports, and it helped me immensely. For my
Yeah.
cricket, because so much hand-eye coordination and things like that going on in all the different sports. So right now, yeah, you're right. Like, the cricket's kind of the main focus, and I really enjoy my cricket.
True. So we now know two South African who can do multiple things like ABD and Danny. We can say that now, correct?
There's a few more. There's a few more. I'll tell you. There's a few more South Africans that's so good in all different sports. But yeah, yeah. Thank you, Ifan.
Let me remind you, Danny, one incident. We were doing a fitness test when we were in Thailand national camp in 2016-17 season, and there was a beep test going on, and there were only last two candidates left to win the championship of that beep test. And one of you and one of the person was Thai youngster of 18 and 19 years old, I guess so. And you remember what was your score, whether you won or not?
Yeah, I think it was a 14.7 or 14.567 or something like that.
And he won by the margin, correct? He won by the margin, the young guy. So it's great to see that you are holding yourself so fit that you can still do anything in the field, and you can compete with anyone there around in cricket fraternity of Thailand. Nice to see that.
Oh, thanks, Irfan. Yeah, I think as we carry on, fitness is becoming, it's such a big part of the game today. So I always just try and stay on top. Yeah. So that's always been a part of my daily life. So it's and being a PE teacher, that's always helped so much to. It's almost like, I go out. Some people sit in offices and they have to go after work and exercise or get some exercise, where I'm always on the sport field, out there in the sun, coaching, teaching. So that always helps my case a lot.
That's true. By the way, Danny, very less people in Thailand know that you have also played club cricket in England. So my next question is on your club cricket, which you just highlighted a few moments back, that you have also played in cricket. Tell us something about how it all started at England and how was the experience playing in England.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's a bit similar like Thailand. Like I never got involved in cricket in England or in Thailand, like, you know, by myself. Like
Yeah,
I worked with a guy at the University of East London, Les Bird, uh, great guy, and he was I worked with him for 4 years, but 2 years he kept on asking me, hey, come down to our cricket club, come play. But at the time I had more interest in climbing big mountains than playing cricket, and I kind of avoided it until there was just no more time, no more time to avoid it. And he was like, okay, I'll come down for a bit of practice and maybe play a couple of games. But as soon as I started, I just, I couldn't believe that I didn't play from the start in England.
yeah,
And it was a club in East London, and Dagenham, Main Baker
okay,
Sports Club. So it's Goresbrook Cricket Club. Um, Amazing experience. What I do remember so well was the amount of different fields that England had was
yeah,
like just unbelievable. So beautiful. I mean, we have the Royal Bangkok Sports Club out here in Bangkok. That's just
yeah,
so beautiful. But I remember during my time out there when I went to different grounds, and the lunches and things they set up and everything was just like, wow, it was like so special to play cricket down there. And I really enjoyed my time down there, yeah, for sure.
yeah. We can see that it's happening here in Thailand as well nowadays. Correct. If you go to Pattaya Cricket Club or if you go to BCA to play cricket, a lot of families comes. They enjoy. Kerala striker brings their family, and they make it as a family thing where they can go for a picnic sort of thing. The players can enjoy cricket, and the family can also enjoy uh, watching them. So, is it like the same type of environment you were into in Thailand? In England?
Um, yeah, definitely. Like people brought their families. It was more like yeah, I remember like people bringing their families, their kids, a bit like in South Africa as well, like have a bit of a picnic next to a cricket field. And I remember on the colder days, in England, like people sipping away on their teas,
Yeah,
um, and just making a family thing like this as well in Thailand. Um, and in my 7 years playing cricket now in Thailand, this has grown a lot. Like I mean, you've been playing, I think maybe a bit longer than me as well. And one thing,
8 years now.
if I take
Yeah,
back 7 years ago, you had TCG and a little bit of AIT, and
yeah,
of course the odd competition at Royal Bangkok Sports Club. But nowadays, like if
yeah,
I go down to Chiang Mai, the cricket culture there is huge, and the
yes,
amount
true,
of things going on there. Then you go to Pattaya, and I've heard us, I know the plans some of those guys have down there with the facilities, the amazing
true.
field that just got up, and then I mean I don't think anyone can argue it. The things that Harry's doing, like he could have
Yeah,
just probably sit back and take all his millions or billions, I don't know, and just go into retirement. But what he's doing for cricket, I think so many people appreciate that he's grafting day in day out at the BCA. Like it was amazing what he did, and then he was like, "What? Ground 2, ground 3." So the development in Thailand with the cricket is unbelievable over the years. I can't imagine where it's going to be in maybe 10 years because the
yeah,
growth
true.
over 7 years was amazing.
So I can see that the commitment and the passion towards cricket for like what Harry Bhai is showing right now is pretty commendable. You can say that owning a three grounds and working day in and day out is itself is a big ask. So at his age, we keep on telling them that you have to take care of yourself as well sometimes because it's not the only cricket which will be there with you. It's your health and everything as well. But yeah, it's pretty commendable what he's doing. So
Unbelievable.
Danny, that's true. Danny, let's move ahead, and we have a very special message from one of your mentor friend. And as we know that everyone who is watching this show right now, we just want to let them know that Woody is coming back in 2 weeks, 2 months of time, and he will be available for Thailand cricket as well again. So it's great. So Danny, we have all our favorite coaches and teammates who help in bring out the best for us. Correct. We have an important message for you. Let me play a video before I ask my next question. Have a look at this video.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Dan. It's great to be a part of this today. Very exciting for me when I heard Dan was having this interview, because Dan to me is such a special person and a special player. And it's very rare that you get the type of player that Dan is, but I think also equally rare to have such a fantastic person that's involved in cricket and in my life as a friend. Dan is such a wonderful player and can play things that I think all of us can only dream of, shots that only us can dream of in cricket. But having coached Dan and played with him, he's one of the few players that I would say is probably one of the most coachable cricketers I've ever met, but also one of the best people that I've ever had the opportunity to play with as well. What makes Dan so special to me is the way that he puts the team first in every situation, be it at training, in a match, away from the field as well. His commitment is unrivaled in cricket. And to be able to coach a player like Dan, he by himself pretty much can change a culture of a team just through his effort and his will and his want to succeed, both for the team and for his own personal improvement. We had a situation in a game, in a trial for the Thailand squad, where my job as the coach at the time was pretty much to try to break the players. I had to run some really intense fitness sessions and try to get the players to see what their breaking point was. And we went for about 3 or 4 hours. I'm sure many of you watching this tonight can remember. But as we got through the day and the sun came out and it got hotter and hotter, it only seemed to urge Dan on more. He wanted more. He kept checking his Fitbit fitness watch to see how many calories he'd burnt, and he only wanted more and more. And when you get the opportunity to coach a player like that, that really can transform a whole team around you with people like that. And I can't speak high enough of him as a player that I've coached. As a teammate, he's just fantastic. You know, he plays hard, he plays to win, and he plays in such a very supportive way where you feel really comfortable playing around Dan. You feel safe with Dan. If Dan's in the slips, you feel safe. If he's at mid-off as a spin bowler, you feel really, really safe. And that is such an important factor and a thing to have. But these two things, these attributes sort of pale in comparison to Dan the person. Dan's probably been one of my closest friends with a couple of others since my time in Thailand. And I can't speak high enough of the person that he is, the person, the caring, wonderful person that is always there for you, no matter what the situation. Sometimes the situation, especially as expats, you need a really good friend around or someone to talk to or someone to meet up with. Perhaps you need a lift or a ride somewhere. And Dan is always more than willing to help out, as many other expats have helped me out as well. One great thing about Dan is he likes to share good things too. For example, he was having a fantastic chicken burger one day. I was sitting at home watching TV on the lounge, and he was so enthusiastic about this wonderful chicken burger that he ended up asking if I wanted to have some. And I said, mate, I'm on the other side of Bangkok. I don't think I can get across there just to try your chicken burger. And he said, mate, don't worry. I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to bring one for you. You have to try this. And for me, that was just Dan in a nutshell. You know, he loves to share his success with people. He loves to share wonderful things, and he loves to see people happy. And I regard Dan as one of the great humans in my travels and my life that I've ever met. So, Dan, I'm really glad that you're having this tonight. I'm sure people are gaining a lot of fantastic information and insight about cricket in your life. And on a side note, I look forward to seeing you in about 6 weeks' time when I too get back to Thailand, and can't wait to rip in again with you, mate. Hope you have a great night. Bye.
So it was very kind, like Woody got some time out and he sent us a message. So I would like to go ahead and then you can speak about him. Tell us a bit about who all have been a big influence in your cricketing life in Thailand or in South Africa.
Wow. There's probably 5 or 6 that come to mind right now, and I probably can start with probably the first person would be Brian Lara and Gary Kirsten.
Oh, that's
I really love these two players, and I always been a right-handed batsman.
oh,
I always been a right-handed batsman, so these two guys that I really admired. Like, so when I went to high school, I started changing to become a left-hand batsman. So those two first, maybe, and then my high school coach Mike Visser, he had a good influence in my cricket life. He gave me a lot of confidence with my cricket. But I would definitely say, like coach. It started with Woody coming first. Really kind words of Woody. Thank you for that, Woody. Like that's nice to hear from a guy who played at such a good level. Sorry about this. My cat is destroying something. He came in. Woody came in, and this is a guy who played with Moses Enriquez. He played at a high level with New South Wales cricket, and he had such tremendous thing he had with Southerners. Like we all looked up to the things that he achieved back in his day, and that really inspired us. And he's the first one that had a massive influence on especially my mental game. And then from a technical point of view, Nuwan has been unbelievable. Coach Nuwan from Sri Lanka, who played 106 first-class games. He played so many games with Kumar Sangakkara, Mutai Muralitharan. This guy technically has helped me. I remember there were nights at Sports Authority of Thailand where we were out there in the nets with the bowling machine till 10, 9 o'clock, like late hours on a Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night. And he had an unbelievable influence in my cricket, especially technically, and spin bowling, especially because I didn't have a clue how to play spin. Coming from South Africa with nice fast tracks, and in England, not many spinning tracks, but come here in Thailand, I always struggled against spin. But he had a great influence with my cricket career. And once he left, and once Woody had to sort out some business in Australia. Another guy who came in the picture was Heno. Like Heno, I don't think many people understand, but this guy went to pretty amazing school in South Africa where only a few elite people can get in. He came from a school, where AB de Villiers and Faf and those guys were in as well. So the cricket, the place he came from, and the cricket that he played at the level he played in South Africa was pretty amazing. But in the first few years, I know he didn't. I won't say he didn't share much, but lately, the last 12 months, especially, he's been such a great help when Nuwan and Woody wasn't around, and he's helped me a lot. So I would definitely say those few people has been a very good part of my cricket things that I achieved.
Well, that's great to know that you are also appreciating all those your mentors and your colleagues or your teammates who are still playing with you. And as you mentioned about him, we all know he has played for Thailand as well, and he's quite a character, and he's a very good batsman. So and we always, when we play against you, we always have a couple of people in our mind who to get out so that you guys don't take the game away from us. So yeah, he's one of the best, we all know. Let's move ahead, Danny, and go to our next question. It's about the big inning of 203. So let us now talk about the super special inning, once in a lifetime. I would say once in a lifetime, because for people like me, it's still a dream. So a lifetime inning of 203. Walk us through what was going on in your mind, especially where scoring the first 100. Did you believe that you will get to 200 that day?
First of all, I don't think it's once in a lifetime. I think it's going to come again.
That's great to know. That's great to know.
No, it was a really special day, and me and Woody actually has always said, like, who's going to be the first to maybe get there. But there were times we both. I would say I was batting really well till over 35, and then I really started to get really tired. So one thing that led to my 200 was the amount of fitness work I've put in. Was, like I've scheduled in the off season during the day, middle of the day, between 11 and 2, 3 o'clock, I scheduled 4 hours straight tennis at the Bruce Club. And, I was always just like really working hard on my fitness. So trying to make sure that I have that enough in my tank to bat maybe 50 overs. And I knew if I bat 50 overs, I would get there. It was just, I just got there on that day. But it was a really special day. We all know as cricketers, like you have these days, ball one, you came in, everything just feels right. Like
True.
There's just days you step out and everything goes wrong in the field. You drop catches, you go for a golden duck. But on this particular day, everything just felt, I won't say, to be quite honest, like my night before, I had a birthday celebration, and I had a few drinks, and I remember I was like, okay, I was going into the innings, and I started to hit the ball well, but I was like, just do, as an opening batsman, just get to over 10. First, I remember I was opening with Champ and the Thai cricketer, and we both said, let's stay here till 10. Once we get to 10, if we can just get second target till drinks, then we kind of did our job as opening batsmen. That was my only aim.
Yeah, true.
10. I didn't care about runs. And then once I got to the drinks break, I thought, okay, let's just try and get to 20. And then I remember at over 22, my good mate Heno came in, and that lifted me a lot because I really enjoyed batting with him. And he was like, Danny, just keep going till 30, maybe possibly the second drinks break, and then you have a go.
Yeah.
And I got to carried on, and I got to 32nd drinks break, 36 overs, and Pakistan we played a year ago as well. I remember when I scored 161, Naveed came up to me and he was like, you had enough time to break or to I think at the time he thought the 186 he got was the highest. And he was like, you had enough time to break that record, but you threw it away. So as I was batting, I was like, I remember Naveed was bowling to me and I was thinking, oh, I remember those words. And I was like, maybe I just carry on a little bit more. And then, I remember my teammates was just shouting from the side, like, you're 12 away from a double 100. That was over 47. And
wow.
Yeah, and I thought I had enough time to just make sure I get to a double century. And the next two balls went for 2 straight sixes, and I got my double 100. So it was a really, like I said, like I didn't, like I said, I was planning to just get in singles, but the way things just worked out that day was really special. And one thing that Nuwan always wanted me to do was to bat 50 overs, and it was not just good to have a double 100, but just to be able to get through 50 overs, facing the first ball of the innings and the last ball. And it was a really, really special day. I really enjoyed that. That was my cricket so special,
As Danny, as you mentioned, the taking 3 points which can take it from this conversation about your 203 inning is, first, you need to be fit enough to play 50 overs. Fitness needs to be a very good, and that takes the first priority. The second is, as an opening batsman, you have to stay there for first 10 overs regardless of the condition. You have to just stick around. And the third is the most important, batting in partnerships. Like keep on building partnership, having 20-30 runs under your belt, and you never know, you can achieve your third of overall, third 200 soon. All the best for that as well.
Oh, thank you, Irfan. Appreciate it.
Let's move to our next question, Danny. You have been named Man of the Series award in Cricket Association Thailand T20 4 times out of last 5 years. Once it was Abed, I guess, and the last 4 times you were the Man of the Series. This is a great achievement, and people should be aware of that. So my next question is on that as well. Let me ask you the next question. What are the components in your view that defines modern success of batsmen in cricket? What contributes to your successful batsmanship?
Good question. Because back in the day, especially when Peter came in as well, like I remember I was this type of guy. Like I really wanted to just hit like 1 million balls.
Yeah.
And I was out there training 3 hours. Always, I remember Walter always, if I need some extra bowling, Wally, please, I need another 10 overs, and he would just keep bowling. And I won't say overtraining, but there was a time when I felt my technique was good enough. I was eating like, to answer your question, I think the mental part that, especially if I take those three guys who's been so good in my life in my cricket, like Nuwan has been very good technically, but
Yeah.
Woody and Heno has been helping me with my mind so much mentally, to have just a clear mind. We can go in there, and I think to be successful in our batting, just to have a clear plan, but not too many things, just a clear plan of I've got this area or this area. For me personally, I always just remind myself my balance is good. If my balance is good, and just watch that ball extremely carefully. That's a fine line. People watching a ball, but watching it extremely carefully right onto the bat. So I would say, like, especially to have a clear plan how you want to play. And I think in Thailand I've seen so many talented cricketers, but the amount of I'm not saying if crossbat shocks are your strength to move away from it, but how many times people get out early doors because they just go cross, but instead of just like maybe that first 20, 30 balls, just make sure you get that full face and make sure everything's in check, the balance, the footwork, everything's going. And we all know once we get on 20 or 30, then sometimes if things just start to flow naturally, so that's I think the two things that's important, to just get to the first 20 or 30 balls, and then from there things should always be good. I remember Coach Nuwan was talking always about Kumar Sangakkara. I was always saying, once he see the sweat on the forearms, game on. He knows he's in, and he can carry on, So that's what I would say if I can answer that question. Yeah.
Sorry, I was on mute. So, Danny, this is something when we are talking about your batting. A lot of people, a lot of batsmen, as you mentioned, play across shots, including me. It's their go-to shot, but sometimes most often you get out on those shots as well. And so there is a particular shot in a playbook. So, and people keep on asking what actually Danny plays, what type of shots Danny's favorite shot is. So I have a question from Mohammad Fahim, who was your previous teammate as well, now plays with us in our club, Bangkok
Yeah.
Blues. Here is a question from him. What is your favorite area to play a shot while you are batting?
It's the most beautiful sound for me when I hit that side screen.
Oh, that's great. So pretty straight.
Yeah. I really enjoy hitting a bowler, right over his head. That's kind of my, I won't say go-to shot, but like that's one of my favorite shots that I really feel it's going to be a good day if I start playing those shots. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Danny, this is we are on already half the way, and so my next question on this part would be dreadlock. You remember when you came to Thailand, you had a dreadlock hairstyle, and there is a question from Woody, which when you will grow out that dreadlocks again, let's see how you will look in that dreadlocks. Okay, I have prepared one video, so I'll share with you how you will again. People might not know that you had a dreadlock, so I was just wanted to show it to them how you will look like in that dreadlock. So give me a second. Let me play it out for you. Here you go, Danny. Danny, this one looks good.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. There was a time I think I can be the white Chris Gale, but that didn't work with the heat in Thailand.
So that's true. It was great to hear that people might not be aware of this thing, that you had a dreadlock. But when I got to know from Woody that you had a dreadlock, I was quite imagining what type of dreadlock hairstyle you had earlier. Can you tell us can you tell everybody what was it?
Yeah, well, I remember just back in the days in England where it was like so cold. I don't know what I was thinking when I was 20 years old, but this longer hair, and at the back there was just one big dreadlock, and I always thought that's the best hairstyle in the world. But you know, like as we grow on and as life goes on, you realize as well, like it's not going to work. Especially, like I say, once I got to Thailand, I tried to keep my long hair for maybe 3 or 4 months, but
Yeah,
I had to
pretty
make a change.
difficult. I can understand.
Yeah.
Let's move ahead. How do you look back to your international debut and your first tournament as a player and a captain? Obviously, it was a very big stage because it was an international cricket. What was going on into your mind? Like any butterflies in your stomach at that time?
Yeah, I remember like Thailand was out of cricket, international cricket, or Ryan and Bobby, those guys who played in 2012, 2013. I
Yeah,
remember there was like a 4 or 5 year gap. And
yeah,
then I remember I nearly took a job in Dubai before I started to play cricket for Thailand. But fine, like when I heard about the opportunity to stay in Thailand, maybe there would be some cricket. I thought, okay, maybe just stay and see it out.
yeah,
But I remember it was time I didn't fully know what to expect, like because we in Thailand had just been playing cricket over here, and we didn't know
yeah,
what the countries like Qatar, Nepal, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, we didn't know what they would bring to the table. But I remember during that first tournament, the last one we played as well, the World Cricket League. Um, I never forget the time. Um, it was nerve wracking. It was
yeah,
like. I remember like Saudi and Qatar, they hit like big scores, 300-400, and against Bhutan and China, and people were thinking, like, but we held ourselves really well. We did so well. There was a lot of nerves, but we did so well. I remember at the evening, at the end of the tournament, when our team came into the like the last dinner of the tournament, like the presentation time,
yeah,
how everyone was just give Thailand a massive round of applause, like because we've surprised so many teams there. Like I
yeah,
remember Saudi, we took to almost the last. We took them to the last over. They needed, I
yeah,
think, 10 of the last over, and a
yeah,
guy with a broken hand hit a six to get the victory for it. But we challenged so many teams,
yeah,
and it was a great success. It was a great success. So, um, and a big learning experience, I think, for a lot of Thai guys. I remember how many people we looked around in the dressing room, and it
yeah,
was like almost like there was just a handful of people that played um, international cricket before,
true.
So that was a learning experience, but we definitely came out very successful. But part of that success was the amount of training we put in. I remember before that tournament, we
Yeah,
trained we trained Monday to Thursday, and I remember all weekends. We put in so much effort. Um, we put in so much effort, and we did really well. That was an unbelievable experience, and yeah, it's a shame that we can't. We haven't played international cricket for a while, so it's a shame that with these times, like we haven't played for a while because we were building up to towards something really good. And let's see, hopefully everything can end soon and we can get back to playing Malaysia and the Nepals and Sandeep Lamishani and all those good cricketers that
yeah,
we can only learn from.
true. So like it's been a while that you guys are um, haven't played a good international cricket teams. So do you think that it would be quite difficult for you guys now to cope up with the challenge and perform well after a long gap? Do you think that would be an issue?
um, if I look at teams like Nepal and Malaysia that recently played against the likes of Netherlands,
Yeah,
my honest opinion is I do think we will struggle because not many of us has trained.
yeah,
These guys, even during the pandemic, their associations has put like tours forward where they still go out and play international matches. So I know it's been very difficult in Thailand to carry on, with the training as team sports are banned at the moment, and
yeah,
it's not easy. But I do think if we have to walk into a tournament tomorrow with the likes of Singapore, Nepal, Malaysia, I do think we'll find it really hard to
yeah.
compete at
True.
a good level, to be honest. Yeah.
To be honest, we also have to look up to the role models we have, and we don't need to go that far because our role models are the Thailand ladies team, the
Yeah.
women's team of Thailand. We can learn a lot from them. They have shown a lot of perseverance, and they have done quite well in the international circuit. So if we can achieve the same fate sooner or later, that would be great for men's cricket in Thailand as well.
I definitely agree. That would be amazing if I do think, and I understand it too, why there's
Yeah,
such a big focus and investment into the ladies team, because they just been to a World Cup 18 months
yeah,
ago in Australia. That's unreal achievement for them just to go to the World Cup, being ranked in the top 12 in the world. I hope that there is a kind of, and I do think there is a plan with trying to promote the men's cricket as well as they do
sure.
with the ladies. I know we got a new coach in from India,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that definitely if we keep working hard and we got and they invest in and they have a focus on us, maybe if it's possible, give us few more international games, then we can definitely
yeah.
push, definitely push harder and harder and try to get that ranking a little bit lower.
I think we have to start preparing ourselves for Thailand A, Thailand B matches.
Oh
Make
man,
three
yeah.
teams and start preparing. We never know when everything will be good and we will get a chance to play cricket. That's what the timing, I guess so.
Definitely. And if I take just like I think just before this third wave in Thailand, just like kind of he's like that was kind of scale. We played I think two games of two really strong groups, and there was some good preparation that was
Yeah,
planned, but then everything kind of like spiraled a little bit out of control. So let's hope everything can just get back to some normality soon.
true. You can see one of the comment from Arjun. Will we see Thailand cricket men's cricket team play in T20 World Cup in the future? It's a big ask, but yeah,
Yeah, that's a long way, but like I said again, like if there can be really good solid structures, I heard, if I'm not mistaken, I think they want to. I'm not sure the 50 over World Cup they want to get 16 teams in. If you take like these teams like Singapore ranked 20, 21 in the world, they haven't destroyed us, but like they've convincingly beat us, but they haven't completely destroyed us. Like we sometimes you feel it's close, but it's a
yeah,
long way. It's a long way. I
long way
do
to go.
think with all the Thai players too, um, he, we talk about maybe quite a long time before we can
Yeah, I do
we
agree.
we get to that. Yeah, for sure.
I do agree. Yep. So let's move on, Danny. We have seen you doing wonders with the bat, but you also bowl some nice leg break googly, as we have seen that you are sixth most highest wicket taker for Premier Division. Tell us something about your best bowling figures, which came in an international cricket against Maldives. Best international bowling figure in T20, 4 for 13, I guess so.
That was yeah, that was a good day. That was a day like the double hundred.
Yeah,
Everything just felt perfect. I was able to do anything I wanted with the ball, and it was quite. It was. Yeah, I remember coming into the game. I was very surprised that I got a bowl, because the first game of that tournament I bowled 1 over and it went for 12 or 13, and people
yeah,
were like, "No, just focus on batting. Just forget about the bowling." And then all of a sudden, when everyone got pumped around the ground, they were like, "Hey, Danny, maybe you have to bowl again." I was like, "Oh goodness, they're backing me again, yeah." And then like I said, I remember like it was just one of those days. First ball was bowled, and I just felt really in a good rhythm, and yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that day. I really enjoyed my bowling, and it was a good day, and the wickets was really good. Like especially for my type of bowling, it's quite fast leg spin. That exact type of wicket was just perfect for me to enjoy bowling on. Yeah,
Danny, I feel that all the leg spinners bowlers in the world has a good day and a bad day. And the good days are the days where if they bowl, they get a lot of wickets.
definitely. Yeah, I've seen Rashid Khan get smashed for 15 4 overs in
Yeah.
IPLs before, and then the next game you would see him pick up 4 or 5 wickets. So it's very true. I think, and that's where I think as captains, where they can quickly see, okay, your wrist spin is really off today.
Yeah.
Take it easy. do a job fast in the field, or sometimes you can just see, okay, well, things are. I think for spinners, especially at first over, and maybe getting in a game quite early, not too late, where you can get one good over out of the way. I think that's the only when you can get in a good rhythm and perform. But you're very right. Sometimes it could go very wrong, or something could go very right.
Yeah, that's true. You captained Thailand almost for 2 years in international circuit. How was the experience, support from team, and communication with players, especially with Cat? So, can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, I was extremely surprised and thankful for the opportunity for Cat to back me as someone who's been living in Thailand and love Thailand so much. For them to actually have backed me and said we want you to captain the team. That was really special. Really special for me, and I the communication at the time was brilliant with the likes of Carter, and all the times we had to select the teams, and it was really good. I really enjoyed that time, and I think the key guy to me enjoying it so much was Nuwan. He was the amount of confidence that he put in me to do the job, and he's taught me so much about cricket. So it was an amazing experience, one I'll never forget, and that I'm very, very proud of. And I'll never forget that time. It was really, really good time. I'll never forget the time that a highlight would probably be the first tournament when we played in Chiang Mai, the 50 over World Cricket League, where even though we didn't finish first or second, everyone's really surprised with how good fielding team. Yes, we were amazing fielding team and bowling team, and we did so well during that time. So it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed it, Irfan.
Great to know that, Danny. As we are talking about Thailand cricket, my next question is about the same. Do you see any immediate improvement areas in current Thailand cricket? A franchise cricket league, T20 league might be, or some improvements you can highlight, because you are in and out and you are almost there with the team for all the time, so you might know it better.
Yeah, I felt when Nuwan left, when Nuwan's contract was done, I did felt, because we didn't have a permanent coach.
Yeah.
There was some difficult times because when we had some standing coaches, and that helped us out, and we all tried to play our part. But when there's a real respected high level coach, it really gave a good structure. But also we had the pandemic, and and it was the timing wasn't right to appoint a coach. But the positive thing is we got a new coach in now, and I do think once we get that, once we get the ball rolling and we get back to training and get to know our new coach, I do think that it could be a good improvements for the men's team moving forward. But going to big tournaments where we were without our permanent coach, that was quite tough at times.
Yeah.
Especially if you start losing matches. But I definitely think with someone on board now, it could definitely be moving forward. And with everything that's going on with the cricket here, Harry's grounds, Harry's different leagues, what's going on in Pattaya, what's going on right now in Thailand, in Bangkok as well, with the CAT T20 and the Premier League, I do think all these things will just help to keep moving in the right direction.
Great. I understand that. Then it looks like too dark at your end.
Yeah.
Is it? You can even switch on the lights. Yeah, that's okay. Guys, meanwhile, Danny's back. I would like to ask all of you, if you have any questions, please do send your questions so that I can quickly ask them to Danny. I can see a couple of questions are left to ask, so I'll keep on asking them once I finish the questions which I already prepared for Danny. So Danny, let's go ahead and ask. As I was mentioning about the improvement areas, we have seen a new raw talents came in recently. Like couple of names, if you say that Mukesh Thakur, who's playing for Bangkok Blues Cricket Club.
Yeah.
Abhik Sarkar, Shoaib, these guys are doing pretty well. There are some people in A division also. They are doing pretty well. I don't know whether they be considered or not. But as I know that these 3 or 4 guys, they are in the squad right now for the national setup. What exactly you want to say about those young, exciting talents? Anyone?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can name them.
No, that's true. Like you've been playing 8-9 years as well in Thailand. Like
Yeah.
The growth, the amount of good players that has that came in the last 2 to 3 years is amazing. Mukesh, like I remember the first time I ever played against him was at BCA league, and I thought, wow, who's this guy? And
Yeah.
Maybe bowl really, really well. Top cricketer, top guy. Yeah, he's definitely someone that I think can help Thailand cricket in a good way. AB's amazing batsman as well. Really good attacking batsman. There's so many good players that's coming up, and I do hope that these players, some players, and good at Bangkok Blues are playing in the Premier League now, because I think that's the way for some of those good players to move into the national setup. But I do think there's some people out there that think they can maybe make that national squad, like and they play A or B division, try to get into a Premier League team. But I do think it's hard to compare. It's such a different game when you compare cricket played on an Astro and cricket played on real turf wicket. So, so there's so many good upcoming talent in Thailand. I think Tyron of Southern as well. Like this, he's been playing 2 years for us, and he's been doing so well, batting at 3-4 for us, mostly 3 for us, and he's opened as well, and he had some amazing bowling spells as well. There's so many good guys that's been playing 2 years, nearly 3 years in Thailand. That definitely, hopefully, the association will have a look at them as well in the future.
Yeah.
But if I talk about the national talent, like the Thai boys, of course, the one guy that stands out, I think not one of us has seen his full potential yet, is Chen Chai. Like the things I've seen him do in nets, the things I've seen him do at social tournaments like Sixers or T10s is incredible. We just hope that on the CAT T20 or the Premier League, he can start putting that performances, and because he's got so much talent. And then I need to mention maybe that, the Thai, I think it's the Thai Giants who played in the final under the captaincy of Askay. I remember like a few people in our club were saying, like, should be easy game. We don't know anyone there. Maybe Askay, the captain. We were so impressed with how many youngsters, 18, 19, 20 years old, that did incredibly well there, and you can definitely see there's talent. I just hope that Thailand cricket can sometime let some of these youngsters go and play maybe in maybe the A or B division, so they can learn how to score hundreds, how to bat, not just until they get 50 or bat for 10 overs, and try to learn how to really bat longer. And I want to see more of those youngsters take 5 wickets, 6 wickets, score big hundreds, not just 100 or not just 50. I think so many of them score 50 and that's it, done. So
Danny, that's true. Danny, I know that this is my channel, this is my interview, and I'm hosting you, but a strange question just popped up into my screen. And this is for a 36, 37 years old guy. A question for a 36, 38 years old guy whose name is Irfan Memon. So I will ask this question from Fahim. What about Irfan Memon as a wicketkeeper batsman?
You mean in Thailand national team?
No, anyway, what's your comments on me as a wicketkeeper batsman? You have seen me a lot, so yeah.
Oh, okay, Irfan, I've played against you. I would say probably easily close to 12 to 15 games, and at least 6 or 7 of those games you have been giving us quite a bit of headache. And I remember back in the day, you behind the stumps. Was you really you were a pain in the arse for so many of our players, because you do exactly what wicketkeepers should do and just keep on talking and talking and talking. So no, Yeah, no. As a wicketkeeper, you fit that bill pretty well.
Great.
And
Thanks for that, Danny.
and from a batting point, don't bowl too short because square you can play the shots.
Yeah, thanks, Danny. Let's move ahead. I don't want to brag about myself. In recent times, men's team has not get the kind of success that women's team has got. So, what do you think the team can do in near future?
I would say they need to be exposed maybe to more
Yeah,
matches. Like the ladies team, I think most of their jobs, if I'm not mistaken, most of their jobs just to be out there, train. They're on
yeah,
contracts. They get well, I think there's. If you say at the moment we only have to go with Thai national players to go to national setup, I think they're just not there yet.
yeah,
So I think they need to be exposed to more matches where they can really start to perform and scoring those big hundreds. Then you can slowly start to work towards something that the ladies have done, where
yeah,
where they because I think maybe deep down in the future time would hope. I think maybe we all hope like a Thai team would be just of Thai players, but we all know at the moment there's so many of us been living here so long, so we know
yeah,
we can add to Thailand cricket where we can try and help these youngsters
yeah,
learn some experiences. So I would say for now, just maybe learn from the guys, learn from the people who's got a lot of experience, um, cricket experience in life, and then hopefully in the future there would be your good guys like Thai guys like a Tam or Pair that can take the cricket and move on, where we could step back and maybe have a look at all these guys how they do well.
yes. As we are talking about Thai guys, Thai people playing cricket, do you think that the under 19 team needs to be get more exposed because they are the future of Thailand cricket? We can say that expats will keep on coming and going back to their respective countries, but the local Thai boys under 19 setup should be exposed to a better coaching facilities. They should be getting more number of chances, so and more number of exposure, better exposure than what they're getting right now.
Yeah, it's a kind of a tough question because I know some of the facilities in like Chantaburi and like
Yeah,
it's all there.
yeah,
It's all there. I don't know exactly the setup, but I also hope, and I think the right thing that could be done is to get I think the new coach who just came over, and
yeah,
even maybe sometime if the ladies coach can sometimes just get up there to Chantaburi and Chiang Mai and really have a good overlook about stuff there
yeah,
and give their good input. I think we have very good Thai coaches out here in Thailand, but I do think the experience, if you compare the experience with some of our Thai coaches, some of our Indian coaches we have in Thailand, some of
yeah,
the Indian coach, it's a big difference, and
yeah,
I think we can. The good thing would be if those under 19 boys can have more exposure to like that type of coaching,
yeah.
where where they work with those top coaches and hopefully they can move forward and like I said, like try and know how to score those big hundreds,
Correct,
not
correct.
just a 50, not just 100, maybe 140, 150 or something like that. Yeah, so that yeah, I think that's the way to go with it.
And Woody is coming back, so I think his services will be available too. So
Oh,
I think we have to utilize him as well because he knows in and out of the games quite well. So I think he should be a good person on that front as well.
yeah, hopefully we everyone in Thailand sees that as well because
Yeah,
that'll be good if everyone can see because I know exactly how much he can bring to the table.
yeah, true.
Just hope everyone can see that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost took 1 hour. Let's go pretty quickly. Next question, couple of questions from my end. Then we'll take couple of questions from the viewers as well. Who are the potential new exciting talent that's caught your eyes in Thailand cricket as of now in recent times? Let's go it quickly on that.
Um. Yeah, I would definitely from the Thai boys, I would definitely say I just recently, like 2 months ago, I played a sixes tournament up in Chiang Mai. Now I don't know his name, but it's a really young opening batsman up in Chiang Mai.
Okay.
He really stood out. But then I'm coming back again to Chen Chai. Like he can just if he can just break through, because we all know what he can do.
Yeah.
Um, those two definitely. And then, like I said again, I don't know all these names, but when this team, the Thai Giants, who played under Askey, like
Yeah.
I don't know all their names, but there was so many people out there, players out there that really stood out. So there's definitely such a big group of up and coming Thai players that really caught my eye. And
Okay.
if they keep, I think, and that's a good thing, if they keep staying under that, under the eyes of like Askey, who's been coaching
Yeah.
the ladies as well, I think that really will help the cricket just go forward. Because who would have thought before the Premier League started, they would get in the final? I don't think many of
Yeah.
us, if you look on paper, we all thought maybe some of the normal teams, Blues, maybe Southerners would have got there, but they were a real big surprise, and they
True.
should hold their head. They should hold their heads quite high.
Especially Akshay. Akshay did a fantastic job this season, I must say that, and we all must congratulate him because he's showing a great potential, and I think he's available for Thailand men's cricket as well. He can be a
Man,
part of the team. Yeah.
yeah, that's a big one. Like
Yeah.
just the way when he's at the crease, that's just how composed he look out there on the cricket. You can
Yeah.
see he loves cricket. He understands cricket very, very well. So that's a big, big plus for Thailand cricket.
Yeah, he took a game away single-handedly against Blues, So we can pretty much understand the character of him, how good he is. Let's move ahead. Let me ask you a last question from my end. What do you see as the future of Thailand cricket, and what role do you see yourself playing in the future?
The future of Thailand cricket, I do think, like the ladies team are in a really good situation with their coaching structures. They don't have just one coach; they have a few different coaches. They they have a good physio. Their setup for me is really good. Even the men's, especially I think in the juniors, we don't see always the under 15s, under 19s, and all these things going on in Chanthaburi. I know the fitness stuff Nura Mon has been doing with all these younger groups.
Yeah.
I don't know the vision and the goal of Thailand cricket completely, but I do think they put a lot of effort into those youngsters to come up. So I do think there's a positive future. But as much as practicing and being fit, I like this comment Baba Azam from Pakistan. It was not Baba Azam, it was Mohammad Hafiz of Pakistan made this comment. He said, back in the day, I had fat Inzamam ul Haq sitting in one corner, 10,000 test runs. And I had this other player and this other player with averages of 45, 50. And nowadays, all you hear in the gym is like, who's benching the most? I know fitness is very important, but he said something we should not forget. And this Thailand should also not forget. It's good to be fit and practice a lot, but it's also important to be out there in the middle, play a lot of matches, and learn how to score big, how to set fields, how to the cricket. At the end of the day, we want to be good cricketers, so we should not take our eye off that as well. So that's the one thing. Yeah.
That's great. So I'm done from my end on the questions. Let's take viewers' question, and all the viewers can ask some questions if you have any. We have 10-15 minutes left for this episode, and then I can quickly jump on to my fastest finger first type of questions, the quick fire ones. So Wani, Uncle Vaughn asking you, ask Danny how he prepares for a Southerners game. Do you want to say something about that?
No, I'm not sure if that should. I'm not sure if that should be. The few times I've really been extremely well prepared. 9 o'clock, almost in bed, backpack, everything perfect, bananas ready, this ready. Like every time that's happened, things didn't go well. But if I have my few glasses of wine, and make sure I get loose to the ground and feeling a little bit groggy like that double 100. That's how I like to prepare.
That's good.
Not to be over prepared and say, because there's times I've kind of over prepared and then just never go well.
Do you still use Uncle V's method? He has shown you before you scored a 50 for Thailand.
Every time things didn't go well, he asked me what? How did you prepare? And I'll be like, yeah, in bed by 10 or 9, and he'll be like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to follow Uncle V's Reggie plan.
Yeah, as we are talking about Wani, I think we must highlight his contribution towards
Big
cricket
time.
and Thailand cricket as well. It's a big time contribution from him. He is selflessly doing a lot of things behind the pictures as well for Thailand cricketer, handling a big league, managing three different type of leagues. And as I started working with him in the technical coordinator team and the media side, I got to know what not he can do and how many messages, how many stuffs he keep on getting it, and he's doing multiple things at the same time. What do you
Now,
feel about that?
Irfan, when I was captain of Southerners for 3-4 years, and the amount of work that it required, and the amount of work Varney did, and when I finally, when I was not captain anymore, and it was kind of big relief. But Varney has been captain for like 22 years for Southerners. So the amount of
Yeah,
work I know so well, the amount of work he put in for Southerners. Now,
yeah,
we don't talk. This is Southerners. Then the BCA league that he's been running, like, I mean, this guy has given his life for cricket, and I don't always think we understand how much he's given to the game. You know, like his goal to Thailand cricket, and let's hope he can stay on the field and with cricket
yeah,
for
true.
decades more.
Working with him quite recently for last this whole
Yeah.
season, I got to know that he does a lot of things for Thailand cricket as well. That's true. Let's take other question. Gia is asking, ask him to sing. I think you can sing as well.
No, I've never. Yeah, no. I'll need at least a couple of beers before I start singing. So yeah, no singing
Okay,
tonight.
okay. You are saying that Danny that you cannot sing, but I know Danny can dance. So the question is, can Danny dance? Yes, people have to see this video and understand. Yes, Danny can dance. So Danny, I'll show that video to everyone how Danny dance. Okay,
Oh my goodness.
see this. What was it, Danny? What was it?
What a special time! I think that was in Chittagong in Bangladesh. Oh, amazing times! Amazing times with Royal Bangkok Sports Club, with Vicky and all
Yeah.
the guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was talking to Vicky Paji, Arvinda Paji, and he told me that I have a lot of secrets about Danny, but I'm not going to tell you that. But I said that, you have anything to show me? He said, yeah, he can dance. So I said, okay, what type of dance? He said that he can dance Bhangra. You know Bhangra, the
Oh,
Punjabi dance.
yeah. No, Vicky has taught me a lot of things, lot of beautiful things
I hope
about.
not all the good things. Great to know that, Danny. So there is a couple of more questions. Uh, the question is from Arjun. We all know the answer, but let me highlight. Let me ask you, where and which club you started playing cricket in Bangkok, or who was your mentor?
Oh, it's a funny thing how I started playing cricket in Bangkok, because I never wanted to play cricket. Like I said, I was just like, I wasn't focused really on cricket. But the thing is, I played some social backyard cricket, like
Yeah,
backyard cricket at school, and we've been playing twice a week in the afternoons with some teachers that I was working with, and one or two teachers, Bennett and John, was like, you have to play cricket in Thailand. I was like,
yeah,
there's no cricket. And they did their own research without telling me anything about this. And I never forget, I walked in the office after our game, and they were just like, talk. And I was like, what? And I remember it was like Harry, and Harry was like, hey, we heard you can play cricket, and why don't you just come and have a look at the Bangkok Stars? We got this guy Rikus from South Africa as well. And
yeah,
I remember at the time I was like, I'm just not up for this.
yeah,
I wasn't keen, but it was nice for me to know there's Rikus as well. But once I got to, I remember that first night training at BCA. Sarbi was there, and there
yeah,
was a few Bangkok Stars players with Rikus there as well. And I remember like, wow, like there is a bit of cricket. And Rikus told me like, no, there is cricket in Thailand. that's where it all started. So I played that first season for Bangkok Stars. I think we went unbeaten 8 games in a row. We were on fire until we
Yeah,
came into the final against BCC.
yeah,
And until this day, I never forget, like, this part. If you look at my 2
yeah,
thumbs, oh, sorry,
yeah,
you can see the one is, this was
yes.
in that same game in the final where I
Oh my God.
broke my thumb. Samir hit
Yeah,
a big shot to long off, and I tried to dive and take a catch and missed it. But what a it was an unbelievable season to win so many games. But then we lost in that final. But
yeah,
anyway, that's how life works sometimes, eh? So
true.
yeah, it was a great experience that time with the Bangkok Stars, and yeah, it was really good times.
That's great. Great to know that there are a lot of people who started playing cricket from like with BCA with Harry Bhai. So
Oh
yeah, we
yes,
all know how passionate he is. So that's no points to guess that. Let's move to our quick fire questions, Danny. I prepared 10 questions for you. Very easy yet very interesting. Okay. So are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay. Your favorite food?
Uh, Steak.
Okay, that's great. Your favorite ground?
Favorite ground. That is I would say that I've played on maybe Chittagong in Bangladesh. I really
Okay.
enjoyed playing there. That was a really special time.
That's a great one. Okay. Which one is your favorite memory in your cricketing career?
I would say maybe that double hundred. I really enjoyed it. I always wanted to get to that double hundred, and that was quite good fun to get to that.
Yeah, that's true. I can understand the emotions behind hitting 203 runs. Yeah, that was not out inning as well. Your favorite holiday destination?
Peru. I really enjoyed my time when I was traveling down Peru. Yeah,
Peru. Okay, quite a different and interesting one. Toughest batsman to bowl?
there was this guy from BCC, Zawar. Zawar.
Yazawar.
Yeah, I remember. It was really difficult. He came in the. He was playing. He played for Sussex B before, and he came into the Bangkok
Middlesex.
Premier League.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
quite difficult to bowl to him. Luckily, I've played with Woody most of the time, so I can. Luckily, I had Woody on my side. I can't imagine. Sometimes in nets, it's quite quite crazy to bowl to him because he can sometimes if he sees the ball well, he can hit the ball a long
That's
way.
true because the very first day he was there to learn Cisco for 6 months in Thailand, and when he came first, he said that I can bowl, I can bat. When he hit the ball, it was like we didn't want it to bowl him at all. When I
Yeah,
was with BCC, Bangkok Cricket Club, and then he batted, then he bowled, and one of the guy gone to the British club nets without an helmet, and he bowled the bouncer, and it was like phew, and he just took a helmet and started batting with it. So he was quite a guy. He hit almost 300 consecutive hundreds in Thailand cricket,
yeah. It was really
65, 100, and yeah.
big hundreds. Yeah, no, he was really good player.
Yeah, that year I guess BCC won the championship for Premier as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Okay,
right.
okay. One superpower you would like to have.
To fly, I would like to fly.
Okay, let's get Superman. You want to be a Superman? ABD, like ABD. Okay, better batsman. My tough one, Kohli or Babar Azam.
Babar Azam.
Oh, that's great choice. You love his
At
technique?
at the same time, I know a lot of people would go, "Man, how can you say that?" But
Yeah,
if you look where he's now and where Kohli was, he's really special. He's really
yeah,
special.
very
But like that's a tough question because Kohli's those two are on another planet. But I'll go for
that's
Baba.
true. No, I pretty much agree on that point. Who is the best captain in current international cricket team?
Kane Williamson.
Yeah, absolutely. Your favorite team in Thailand apart from Sados?
Favorite team in Thailand.
Yes.
Um, I like the Parrots.
Okay.
Because
Siam
they
Parrot.
always enjoy ice cold beer after the game.
Love them. Love them. How they
Yeah,
celebrate, whether it's a win or it's a loss. I believe winning is a part of process. Correct. Even though if you follow the proper process and even if you lose, that's okay, because there is something to take from that game. And
Yeah,
I can see them, they enjoy a hell, like hell out of things.
yeah,
They
yeah.
drink
And
beer.
and sorry, just to say something like and there's two other teams that stand out a bit as well, like the Karela Strikers, like I said before.
Yeah,
When we go to the matches and we just see them bring all their family and even some
yeah,
of their cheering, like
correct.
that's nice, that's nice to see. That's nice to see the whole almost community comes to the cricket
Community.
games and come and cheer their team on. That's special. And um, like like me, said the other day as well, like even I know you play for Bengal Blues too, but what we can see about you guys too, like you guys are not just a cricket team, but you all really good mates as well,
Yeah,
and doing a lot of stuff together, even if it's cricket or not cricket. And I always think that's quite important in life, like
yeah,
we all know we play cricket for a club, but it's nice
yeah.
when you can have that part of your family as well, and that's good. Yeah,
More like a social cricket, more than a professional cricket as sort of thing what we are
sure,
doing right now. Yeah, that's
100%.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, the last question from my side. One complaint that your teammates have about you.
Late, always late. Yeah. Yeah. So,
So they say that you are always late, you're not in
yeah, if
time.
I get on time or even 10 minutes on time, they'd be like, "Man, what's going on? You're too early."
They
So
say
yeah,
that. The other aspect of Danny's cricket.
yeah, always a busy schedule, so it's difficult to sometimes get everything done on time.
That's great, Danny. I think that's it from our side. Do you want to give any message to the viewers or the Thailand cricket fraternity from your side?
um, First message maybe to my brother. Hope he gets well soon. He tested positive for COVID 2 days
Oh my
ago,
God.
but I think
God
I
bless
think
him.
no, all good. He's feeling good. He's super fit, my brother.
Yeah,
I just hope for speedy recovery and that everything goes well that time. Um, yeah, for Cricket Thailand, like just hope that the situation in Thailand can just improve too. Like that life can just get back to normal, where we can
true.
kind of just get back on the cricket field and just like just it's been going on a long time. I hope everyone can just get vaccinated as soon as possible. Hopefully by the end of the year, there's a bit of flow, because we all know the beautiful Thailand. Some of my family has been saying like, can we come and visit? And I'm like, it's still quarantine. It's like a lot of issues, and we just hope that hopefully I hope target the end of the year that everything can slowly start flowing again.
That's great. Before I end up and say thanks to you, a question from Fahim Bhai. I know you love to have Indian food. Any specific Indian food you love the most?
I just had a butter chicken with garlic
Butter
naan
chicken.
yesterday. So
I
yeah,
agree.
I really enjoy those ones. Yeah.
That's great. Thanks, Denny. Thanks for being part of the show. It was lovely having you, and all the best for your future matches as well as Thailand cricket. So do keep in touch, and I hope your brother gets well soon.
Thank you so much, Irfan. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Stay safe and see
My
you soon.
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice time, Denny. Good
You
night.
too. Good night.
So, guys, this was Denny. You can see that pretty much big stats he has under his belt. And you can see that he's quite great cricketer for Thailand cricket, and Premier Division he is doing exceptionally well. So this was Denny with us today, and I hope you enjoyed him. And for our next episode, we will have Adam Ball, who is a cricketer from Thailand. He has from England. He has played and led under 19 cricket for England, and also played cricket for County Kent team. And he will be having with us. He will have with us like share some great insight about English cricket, the county cricket, which we all know, but we have never got a chance to speak about. So let's meet next week to hear something great about the county cricket. Um, Thanks for joining today, and have a great time. A good night. Be safe and take care of yourself. Have a great time.